I would like to be able to connect to Amy's higher self, please.
Yes.
Thank you. How is her body going today?
Her body's going good today, actually. She's still feeling really nice and warm and fuzzy inside from all the healing energy that we gave her yesterday as a group
Oh,
in the group session. Yeah.
fantastic. Yes, it was fantastic. And did you also help her come to the group? Can you just confirm to Amy about the significance of the people in the group for her?
Yes. Yes. Again, they, as you said last night, they were in, they were working together on Sirius B. Um, uh, Now we're just juggling doors. um, on not development of humanity, but development of human systems.
Fantastic, good. I know she resonates with the information that I channeled, but I also know that coming from her higher self will also help her. But it was just such a phenomenal night. I feel like I'm still buzzing myself. So thank
It was really good. It was really good for her. It was really good for her to be able to see or to be able to talk about the like not so much disappointment, but the fact that the ship to the new earth didn't happen with other people who also were equally invested in it, even though she has you, which is awesome. But it was good for her to hear from other people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you very much for providing all of that. That was fantastic. Thank you. Had such a great day yesterday. So yes, thank you so much. So today, hi Self, we're curious about the media and if there's going to be a broadcast at any point.
Well, there is definitely going to be a broadcast. Um, Amy's a little bit scared to commit to some timing, but we do feel like it's definitely going to be tomorrow. So you don't have to wait too much longer. We know that something really amazing is going to happen tomorrow. You're all going to be really happy to see it.
Fantastic. And so, how will it present itself to a country like Canada?
They are going to try to use an emergency broadcasting system to the world, I do believe, but I don't think this has been tested yet. So there may be kinks with it, but they are going to try to broadcast to the world. And they are going to be using, they are taking over a bunch of the media stations, or I guess we should say the mainstream news. They're going to be taking over and broadcasting on many of the stations. I don't think anyone will be able to watch anything other than that.
Amazing. And so, how will Amy feel when she sees this starting?
She is going to feel fantastic because she's been waiting for this day for so long. She is going to be so glad. And then she's just going to go right from that to worrying about how she can help all the people that she needs to help through this that
Right.
are going to struggle with it. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, thank you. And so, will she be able to use the internet while this broadcast is occurring?
I don't think anyone's going to be able to use the internet.
Okay. So, we're just going to have to focus on the broadcast?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. That's amazing. Okay, so is there any other information you want to share with us about the broadcast?
We don't want anyone to be scared. We want to make sure that everyone is um in peace and calm while they're watching, and that they are not getting too worked up about what they're going to see, because they may see Joe Biden be inaugurated as the president, but then they things will quickly unfold in a more favorable way.
Okay, so keep our feelings neutral to what we're seeing, because things could change to
Yeah, yeah, keep hope, keep hope, keep hope, because you're so close. It's like almost there. And everything is going to work out the way that you had hoped it would.
oh, fantastic. And do you get a sense of how long that broadcast is going to take place?
I think the initial one will be um quite long. I'm seeing 8 hours and on a loop. So it will be running 24 hours a day, but it will be the same information like broadcasted over and over again.
Mhm. Will this affect stores and companies? Will they still be effectively open or something else?
I think some will. I think in your countries probably you'll be okay. I think in the US it might be a little bit more difficult to get stuff, but there will still be some like littler shops that will be open. I think all the bigger shops like Walmart and stuff like that will be closed, but some like little like corner store type places will still be open, and you may have to just pay in cash though, or they may make alternative um do things or give things to people, being that, like, say Amy, she's in a small town. Some of the shops that know her might, they might be willing to give people stuff and then let them come back and pay for it at a later date when stuff is up.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, thank you. And so, how long do you sort of sense that like the internet will be down?
I think ideally it will just be down for the day, but it may be a little bit longer than that, just because I think they're going to try to put the Jasara through at the same time.
Okay, and how is that going to affect people?
I think it's going to affect people well, actually. Like, I think it's something to be looking forward to. I think that people will not have to struggle as much financially as they are now, and that they will be not without. We're not going to go off about all the points of Jasara right now, but even though Amy knows most of them too, but anyway, it will be good. It's going to mean good things. I think one of the most important things about the Jasara is that all the world leaders are going to be stepping down. So it's going to mean a lot of people who've been under question or had questionable leaders that are doing questionable things at the moment will be taken down, and they will have a chance to have new leaders. But people need to keep in mind that at the same time, this is going to mean that there might be a little bit of chaos and uh, like just kind of things are going to be a little bit weird for the next few weeks. So they need to just be prepared for that.
Thank you. And so, after the next few weeks, when things aren't so weird, what is that going to look like?
Then I think things are going to look much better for humanity as a whole. So uh, we're not entirely sure that you're going to be here for all of that, but hopefully things are going to be better for humanity as a whole.
Okay. And so, are you sensing that the shift is still occurring this year?
I would definitely think it's going to occur this year, and I think we're just really waiting to see how all this situation with Donald Trump plays out before we start like removing people from the planet. But I definitely think it won't be long after.
Okay, it's amazing. So, thank you. And what else do we need to know? The speech today that Donald Trump gave, can you tell us about that? How are we supposed to interpret what he was saying?
He's trying to give the people a kind of a cryptic message. He's trying to tell them to not worry, that everything is going according to plan, and that there are a bunch of cryptic clues for the QAnons, but Amy's not able to like grasp all the QAnon, and her herself isn't able to go through all the Q clues as well. But anyway, there were Q clues in the speech that are meant for the QAnons to let them know that certain messages that they've seen in the past are coming around for right now. There's one about the oh, it's something about the military anyway. It's something about these different numbers mean the people had originally thought that they meant um the dates 11. She's saying 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, and then they thought that they meant November, like the election days and that, but they actually mean some kind of a military signal. So that's one of the things that's coming out today. And as well, Amy had seen that, and I know she shared it with you, the golden ticket that they had put out for today, that had reference to some of the Q drops. So anyway, everything is going according to plan, and Donald Trump is just trying to let the people know that everything is okay, and that not to panic when and if the military takes over tomorrow, because that is very likely to happen.
Okay, thank you. And if there is a timeline where we see nothing but Biden be inaugurated, what would you want us to know and feel about that?
Well, at this point, we don't see that happening, so we don't want you to worry about that happening. But if it does happen, then again, just be a little bit patient. It means that something isn't quite right, and we're worried about protecting people, because that's what it all comes down to. Is we don't want the Black Lives Matters and the Antifa to be able to hurt any citizens, and we do want people to try to stay indoors, especially in the United States. We want people to stay indoors if at all possible, just to keep out of the way of anything that is going down. The military is loyal to not even Donald Trump. They are loyal to the Constitution of the United States. So they sorry, that's not the way that we want to say that. They are loyal to the people of the United States. So we want everyone to know that they are out looking around, making sure that everyone is safe. And they have moved into a lot of regions. And we do believe that everything is in place for this to go up tomorrow. So really, that is the best outcome for the world right now. But you know that things can change, and if they do change, then just know that everything wasn't quite right yet, and it won't be a matter of a few days, if anything.
Okay, thank you. Well, we'll be connecting back with you as soon as possible to find out what actually happened. So, do you, I guess, is there timelines where there could be big distractions, where there could be natural disasters or something that will occur to try and distract us from other information?
There could be natural disasters, and I think that Amy has heard this in a previous session as well, that there could be earthquakes and possibly weather. I mean, even right now where she's at, and it's not a natural disaster, but the weather is really crazy to what it's been in previous years, and everyone is definitely commenting about it. So everyone has to keep in mind, though, that they have been manipulating all these things like weather for so long that it's kind of sort of out of control. And Gaia herself is getting or is unable to really stop what's going to be happening, because she's wanting to be leaving her vessel. So the earth is dying, and it is nothing can really stop that. It can slow it down, but it can't stop it.
Yes, yeah, I understand and respect that. Thank you. So we can send our gratitude again to Gaia. Getting back to the Trump speech, Amy said earlier that he said luck quite a few times, and she was curious if we could have insight into what that was referring to, apart from the actual literal term of it.
Again, it is referring to a Q clue, and it's something to do with numbers, but um, Amy's thinking that it's coming up to say 11:11. That's what she's getting, 11:11, and maybe that's the time for when this is going to occur tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We're patient, right? We can totally handle waiting to it all unfolding.
Yes, so we have to be patient, and she's trying so hard to be patient, even though it's very hard. She
And
wants everything to happen now.
yeah, I understand. And in terms of her country, is there going to be any unrest happening from this information that's going to be e- exposed tomorrow potentially?
Well, there is going to be a little unrest, and like Amy's a little bit concerned just about the Chinese troops, and we know that other people are as well, but we don't see anything coming of that, or any need for concern at this point. They are waiting for something to happen that's not going to happen, because there is like the forces of good are going to prevail. So no one really needs to worry too much. There will be a little bit of panic because when the internet goes down, there are going to be people that aren't going to know what to do with themselves, but they are going to have the broadcast to watch. So that should hopefully answer all their questions and concerns and give them something to think about.
Okay, yes, thank you. And so, will the internet go out the same time that the broadcast kicks in?
Yes, we say that it will.
Okay, okay, cool. Thank you. And so, for the next few weeks, is there anything we need to be mindful of?
Well, we would like everyone to just continue to do their inner work as they need to, and as well as they will get to see some hopeful actual proof that they are on the right track and that things are going the way that they expected them to. So hopefully everyone is going to just ease on into hope and just allowing things to take place the way that they're meant to, and peace and calm and we just want everyone to know that everything is okay. No matter what you might see at any given moment, things are going according to the plan. And it's kind of like she's getting the cue message, which is just trust the plan, trust the plan. And that is a message from us as well. So we want to like reiterate that as well.
Um, at any point, has trust the plan also been referring to the fact that we are being evacuated from the planet? Is that part of any part of the plan? Have the Palladians? I mean, obviously, Q must know about this. Does he not, or do they not?
I think that they do know to a certain extent, but they may not know the plan as much as you know the plan, which means the full evacuation from Earth. Just because, like, Q's not necessarily leaving the Earth. I think he's going to just leave, like pass on, so to speak. So he's not he's seen the future of people going to the new Earth, but he's himself not going to the new Earth. So but yeah, I think that he definitely should have an idea that something is different, that it isn't the same Earth,
Could
but
he?
yeah, we're not sure that his information is the same as your information.
Mhm. Could he just be assuming that people are reincarnating into the new Earth?
Yeah, he could be just assuming, or he could be just assuming, like the message that some of the other practitioners are getting is that we're going to the 5D here on Earth. So he might just be assuming that that's what's transpired as well. So we're not entirely sure that he has a clear message of the new Earth, um, but definitely there are other practitioners as well, and we do think that Donald Trump is aware of the new Earth and that he and his family will be going to the new Earth if they're not already on the new Earth.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Thank you. And in terms of people with during the shift, is it possible for people to go to another planet which is still 3D?
Yes, yes, there are all sorts of people that will be going to what they consider to be their home planet. So if their home planet was a 3D planet, like some people like living in the three-dimensional world, so maybe they would want to go back to this another three-dimensional world.
Good grief. Not judgment, but good grief.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it wouldn't be anyone that's listening to these sessions. It would be other people as well. But there are some people that might be scared about the whole five-dimensional um, and the new Earth idea. So they may feel more secure either going back to Source or going to their home planets.
Absolutely. And can I just understand? So New Earth, it is 5D. It doesn't start off being 3D for us when we shift over there. It is consistently 5D, or is that something else?
No, it will be consistently 5D. There'll just be some not we don't want to say 3D, but there will be some three-dimensional concepts that will still be carrying on, like for example, like sleeping at night or eating. stuff like that, because they just want to like ease people into the total 5-dimensional slowly, but they will be 5-dimensional, from the start.
And is this one of the reasons why people have gotten out of their routine of their working lives previously with these lockdowns, so they get into the mindset of actually not having those routines? So when they shift to New Earth, potentially, that is one less routine they need to kind of break out of.
Yes, yes, for some people. Like some people, like Amy, has still been going to her job nonstop. Like her life hasn't really changed. And it's because she's needed in another way. She's needed to help these other people through the lockdowns and through the shift that's coming, right? So she needs to try to help them to do their inner work and just help them to feel the peace and the calm and the hope that they need to care, to be able to shift. And there are other people as well, people who have still been working, like yourself, even Joanne, you've still been working throughout, even though you're on lockdown, because you're still needed to help other people to get to the point where they're able to shift.
Yes, yeah, I understand. Thank you so much. And in terms of med beds, are we still going to see those at some point on this?
They are already to roll out, so you may yet see them. They are ready to go any day as soon as all this stuff goes down with excuse me, Donald Trump. They are ready to roll out any day. So, there is a possibility. I know that we told Amy in one of her very first sessions that she would see med beds for herself, her family, and her cat Boots, who's right with her right now, for his blindness. So we still do see that that is a definite real possibility on this timeline.
Well, that's exciting. That's so exciting. Okay, and now just a real personal, quite serious question. How did Amy's son go for his science test?
He did. She actually already knows, and he did not pass it. But it doesn't matter really in the scheme of things, because the schools, if they're still here, the school is going to be changing drastically. And if you're on the new earth, it certainly won't matter at all.
So, what was the purpose or lessons that Amy and her son got to experience through that?
Well, it's more a lesson for, we wanted Amy to spend some time, some special quality time with her son working through the test. But it is a lesson to her son that if you don't do any work, you're not going to get rewarded with a pass.
I think that's a great lesson for everyone. So, yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that we're allowed to hear today about our future on this earth?
Again, we just want you all to know that great things are coming, that it's just, we know that you've been so patient for so long, but we ask you to just be patient a little bit longer, because you're right on the verge of everything happening the way that you want it to happen. So just hang in there a little bit longer. Try to, just hold the hope. We just want the good vibrations. They definitely won't hurt anything on the planet. For the more people that are in hope and not in fear, will just help things unfold that much easier.
Great, thank you. And do you get a sense of where Amy's going to be when she starts noticing the broadcast happening?
She's going to be at work.
Okay, cool. And how are her residents going to feel about what's happening?
They're going to have a hard time with it. So that's why we wanted her there to be. We wanted her to be there with them to help to ease their transition into what's to come. There's a lot of them that don't like Trump at all, and that's mainly because the mainstream news has, kind of poisoned them against Trump, and they really don't have any other way of getting information other than the mainstream news, because there are a few that are on the internet, but they probably wouldn't think to actually search anything up. She does have a couple of people who are awake, which is amazing, at her work, and they will also help to transition the others along where they need to be,
Okay, great.
as well as the staff, because there are other, like almost all the staff at her work. There's only a couple of people at her work that are still what we would call asleep. The majority, like 90% of them are already awake and are just waiting, maybe not as what's the word, impatiently as Amy is, because they're not paying as much attention as her, but they're definitely going to be happy to see this information as well. And they're all going to work together to make sure that all these people um are okay with it. And it's not just Amy. We want to make that clear as well. There's many other people out there in the world that are, that are going to be in the same position that she is, with people that they need to be with in order to help them ease, what's the word, ease, help it be easier for them to accept these truths that are so hard to accept.
Absolutely. It does take some time to process, but with
Yeah.
love and compassion.
And she has to remember back to when she was processing, and it didn't take her that long, because she somehow always knew that something was very wrong. She just didn't maybe know the specifics of it. But yeah, for some of these people that are really, really fast asleep, it is going to be a real shock to their system. And we don't want to, there won't be too much information coming out too fast, because they just want to like kind of ease people into it. And a lot of the information won't come out until you're on the new earth.
Oh, okay. Well, that is interesting. And so, in terms of if we do see Biden be inaugurated, if that's the right word, well, does he actually get any power? Will he be truly empower the president and with power?
No, no, he's not going to have any power at all. It's just going to be a show. In fact, Amy's seeing that the inauguration is actually going to be virtual inauguration. It's not even going to be a real inauguration. And he's going to have Camilla Harris and Tom Hanks and the gentleman that swears him in. We're not sure of his exact name anyway, but the gentleman that swears him in as well. They're all on the side of the bad people. So they're all. It's really just kind of a joke, and nobody's going to be watching it, and nobody is going to really even care. It's just for show. And when he does go to try to get in the White House, he's not going to be able to get in the White House.
Mm-hmm. And so, okay, so that's just going. Is anyone going to buy this? I mean, surely people must be watching it and believing that what they see is real.
There are a few people that will buy it, and they would be the people that would be the most fast asleep. But again, it's going to, once this broadcast rolls out, there's not going to be anyone who's going to be believing it anymore.
Okay, so for the people who are in the know but watch an inauguration, that must be very hard for them emotionally to see, but then they have to trust that the broadcast is about to start.
Yes, we just want you to trust that everything will be okay.
Mm-hmm. I am worried that it's going to plummet people's emotions when they see this fake inauguration ceremony.
I think it won't be as bad as you think, because most of the cues are already prepared for this, because this information is coming out from several sources. Like 107 has already suggested that Biden would be inaugurated, and others as well. I think maybe Charlie Ward has suggested that as well, and Robert Steele. There's a few. There's another gentleman, but his name's not popping into my head right now. Quite a few of the big QAnon sources of info have also suggested that this will take place this way as well. So I think that most of the cues and, all the people that voted for Donald Trump are going to be, maybe a little bit scared and maybe a little bit giving up hope. But I think that there will be enough stuff occurring in the next couple of days for you to get your hope back and get them right back on board.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic news. So thank you so much. Is there any final information we need to know?
No, just the same thing we want to say again is just, do not lose hope, and just try to be patient, and everything is happening in the best possible timeline at the best possible time. And like, we do see tomorrow as being the day that it's all going to come down. And Amy is getting a little clue right now. She's getting a click in her jaw, which is usually her indicator that we are telling her the best and most possible information that we can tell her right now.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Well, hopefully she's always connected and always gets the greatest information for her. So thank you so much. We really appreciate all of your wisdom.